Hello everyone, my name is Raluca Ciochină. Today I will be presenting the paper called Developing New Sets of Digital Skills in a Changing Online Environment. This paper is part of the Human Capital Operational Program with the title Researcher, Entrepreneur on Labor Market in the Fields of Intelligence Specialization. Throughout literature, when authors refer to the 21st century digital skills, they mainly assess the fact and discuss and debate the fact that in a fast changing knowledge economy, the 21st century digital skills drive organizations' competitiveness and innovation capacity. So specifically in the current setting, when we are discussing about organizations' resilience and their capacity to adapt to current challenges, these 21st digital skills become more and more necessary to be discussed and also to be developed. When they are discussed, mainly the focus is on the mastery of information and communication technology applications to solve cognitive tasks at work, on the skills that are not technology driven, on the skills that support higher order thinking processes, and on the skills related to cognitive processes favoring employees' continuous learning. So the current workplace requires highly skilled workers faced with increasingly complex and interactive tasks. As per digital competence, this mostly covers information management, collaboration, communication sharing, creation of content and knowledge, ethics and responsibility, evaluation, problem solving, and technical operations, according to Ferrari in 2012. Digital literacy is more complex. So there are frameworks, there are theories around this, referring to the fact that the concept actually relates to the ability to use digital sources effectively. So a shared alkalized model is perhaps one of the most developed models at the current time, one of the most quoted models at least, consisting of 6 digital skills, which is reproduction skills, or the ability to utilize digital reproduction to create new materials, photovisual skills, which is understanding messages from graphical displays, branching skills, which is constructing knowledge from hypertextual navigation, information skills, referring to the ability to critically assess and evaluate the quality and validity of information, social emotional skills, which refers to understanding the rules from digital media, and real-time thinking skills, which mainly consists of processing large volumes of stimuli in the same time. A skill that has later been included in the model. So as per the opportunities and challenges for PROs, the 2017 European Communication Monitor assesses the fact that there are a wide spectrum of opportunities in the digital and the social web, and across Europe, mainly social media and social networks are considered by far the most important channels to address stakeholders, gatekeepers, and audiences. So from the communication and communicators and public relations perspective and role, coping with this digital evolution becomes more and more imperative nowadays. Also, the European Communication Monitor stressed the fact that visual communication will clearly gain in importance for European organizations. This is a longitudinal study, and the results were at that point in time thought to address 2020 also. Also, 7 out of 10 organizations reported a rising demand for visual communication by stakeholders, and even more expanding their own activities in the field. So there is this need on the market for increased visual communication. In regards to the importance of different visual elements for strategic communication in European organizations compared with 3 years ago, again, we see a rise in specific formats: online videos, infographics, instant photos, business graphics, signs and symbols, online animations, professional photos, professional movies, and space design. As per the technical and personal capacities to actually produce visual elements, when we are considering the internal resources of organizations, they are lagging behind, except, of course, for instant photos and business graphics. Instant photos, obviously, due to the increased use of smartphones, and business graphics, again, to the increased use as this sort of visual material internally within the organization. So, considering this context, the research questions for this specific research purpose are the levels, the inquiry about the levels of digital skills in the case of digital communication practitioners, considering that they need to explore how digital communication practitioners, they need to explore how these practitioners have actually integrated digital skills and roles within their current responsibilities, and the relationship between the specific digital skills and the job roles of communication practitioners. As far as methodology is concerned, we've chosen a quantitative method, the online questionnaire. The application was in May 2018. The sample consisted of 74 practitioners from the public relations and communication domain, as well as from digital marketing. So there were a variety of positions of people who were surveyed, were included in the sample, from account managers, copywriters, digital marketing specialists, online public relations specialists, online marketing specialists, performance marketing specialists, media relations, social media coordinator, and community manager. As far as the data and the way it was collected, the invitations to fill in the questionnaire were posted online on social media groups, communities specifically, from and with former students who graduated the Faculty of Communication and Public Relations at the National University of Political Studies and Public Administration, and who are currently working in PR and marketing. Google Forms was used for collecting the data. Most of the respondents have graduated a bachelor's degree, while 20% of the respondents graduated a master's degree also. Related to gender, 57 of the respondents identified themselves as females and 17 as males. Most of the respondents work in private companies, PR and marketing agencies, then a few in startup businesses, in freelancing, NGOs, and advertising agencies. As far as the research results are concerned, mostly the respondents spend 5 hours online on a daily basis for digital activities. 29% spend between 3 to 5 hours. So, and all the respondents have a Facebook account and are involved in virtual communities. As far as the main digital activities of communication practitioners are concerned, as it can be seen, they are mostly involved in copywriting activities, in photo and video editing, in paid campaigns, and in project management activities. As far as the informational hypermedia and social emotional skills are concerned, the communication and digital marketing practitioners had to self-evaluate their skills by responding to the questions that are here presenting. I'm willing to share my own data and knowledge with other people, frequently update my digital competencies. I'm able to choose a digital instrument that fits my needs and evaluate it. I'm able to navigate through websites to find the information I need. I know how to link and curate protected content. I use hypermedia links in the content I create. I'm aware of the latest progress as far as information searching, storing, and finding is concerned. I'm able to evaluate the validity and the credibility of information using a set of rules. I can use complex search techniques for finding reliable information online. So as far as information skills are concerned, most of the respondents consider that they have the ability to evaluate information, validity, and credibility to a very high degree. Social-emotional skills are also high, according to the practitioner's self-evaluation, with more than 64 respondents having this ability to identify the right instrument for their needs and to evaluate its efficacy. and 53% of the respondents are willing to share their data and knowledge with other people through virtual communities. Regarding hypermedia and branching skills, practitioners are mostly able to use links in the content they develop, link and reuse protected content, and navigate through websites to find the information they need. As far as photovisual skills are concerned, which refers to the ability to develop materials for communication purposes, 29% of the respondents self-evaluated their ability to create an online video as good and very good, while approximately the same amount are neutral. The highest degree of ability lies in creating infographics, Insta photos, business graphics, creating signs and symbols, and as logo development. Communication professionals and digital marketing professionals were also asked to evaluate whether they consider using Instagram important for online communication purposes. We specifically chosen in Instagram because right now this is one of the most frequently used tools for promotion purposes, especially in influencers campaign. As seen in figure 4, most of the respondents consider creating Insta stories and using hashtags as important and very important skills. As far as the limitations of the research are concerned, this is exploratory research. So we used a small research sample and we noticed a diversity of job positions and roles, which doesn't necessarily help when considering broadening the interpretation of the results. A qualitative method would be required for more in-depth perspectives on the responsibilities and skills needed for each job, because each job roles entail specific responsibilities and have different job descriptions. They are different in the sense of execution and strategy related activities. And in the future, we propose the development of a quantitative instrument for the identified job roles and testing the research instrument validity. As per the conclusions of this research paper, if you were to look towards the future of digital skills enhancement in the PR domain, most respondents we've seen that they spend over 5 hours performing digital activities at work. So it can be suggested that undertaking various digital tasks, specifically research tasks and content creation tasks, this could explain the amount of time invested in this sense. Amongst the main activities that communication practitioners undertake online are copywriting and photo or video editing. So creativity needs to be translated digitally as text as well as visually. As far as content creation is concerned, PR practitioners need to personalize their posts according to the social platforms they use, according to the content type, target public, and client specifications. So this means they need to be easily adaptable. They need to have their social emotional skills increased, and they need to perform cross-channel challenges from the offline to the online media. So this, let's say, scale or research instrument in this sense should be developed separately. Also, the roles and responsibilities of communication and PR practitioners are evolving. So digital skills also need to be developed so they can keep up with the rapid evolution of the new information and communication technologies. Even though digital platforms and tools open up new opportunities and frontiers for users activating the communication domain, specifically in the digital environment, a systematic approach for learning is needed, inclusive of the experiences and knowledge of the peers in the domain. Challenges will continue to emerge and tasks will diversify, so rapid response to integrating new skills is needed. Thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate this opportunity and I look forward to seeing the rest of the presentations today. Have a lovely weekend.